Good morning everyone, myself Atul Samawaishi and topic of presentation is keys in databases. So the agenda of this presentation is we'll discuss six type of different keys in this presentation. So let's begin with primary key. So what do you mean by a primary key? In simple word, a primary key means a unique value which can't be a null value. It's a column you choose to maintain uniqueness in a table at a row level. There are some rules when applying or where the application of a primary key begin. So first rule is no two rows can have with the same primary key value. Every row must have a primary key value. And the third one is the primary key field cannot be null. Value in a primary key column can never be modified or updated if any foreigner key refers to that primary key. So now we'll discuss the candidate key. Again, in a simple word, a candidate key means a bunch of primary key. Let's say are individual columns in a table that qualifies for uniqueness of each row or a tuple in a table. So here is some example. Here in employee table, employee ID and SSN are eligible for a primary key and thus are candidate keys. Candidate keys are a super keys for which no proper subset is super key. In other words, candidate keys are a minimal super key. And the third one is the alternate key. Alternate means we have two options to choose our primary key, whether the first or whether the second option. So let's see, candidate column other the primary column. Like if employee ID is a set for a primary key, then SSN would be the alternate key. Yeah, just now I talked about it. So let's discuss three keys, whichever we discussed before. We'll explain with an table. So student ID, roll number, and emails are in the candidate key form. So student ID is a primary key, and the alternate keys are roll number or email, through which we can use a roll number or an email as a primary key. It's called as alternate key. You see here the candidate keys means a bunch of keys, a bunch of primary keys. Now the fourth one is a super key. A super key is a set of one or more attributes that are taken collectively and can identify all other attributes uniquely. Here is some example. If you add any other column or attribute to a primary key, then it becomes a super key. Like employee ID plus employee name is a super key. Super key stands for a superset of keys. Composite key. Composite key is used naturally when the naturally primary key is not uh, be presented in a table. So let's discuss. If a table do have a single column that qualifies for a candidate keys, then you have to select a two or more column to make a row unique. Like we'll add employee name plus date of birth as a composite key, primary key. But still there can be a narrow chances of duplication. Yeah, there is the chances of redundancy because they are not a primary key. Uh, because of that we have added two columns and we have created as a primary key the both column we have created as a primary key. So let's discuss with this example. See here, there is no naturally present as a primary key in this table. So what we did, we have added a first name and a date of birth as a primary key. Foreigner key. Foreigner key is a column that creates a relation between two tables. Let's see. Here is some employee table and here is a department table. Here in about table, as a department ID of a department table is a primary key, whereas a department ID of an employee is an foreigner key. Yeah, it means it has a referred to another table. It's also a concept of referential or integrity. So I would like to stop here and thank you for your patience listening.